Ladies and gentlemen, we are now live in prime time on the brightest lights, the biggest stage, and there is plenty to talk about here in a short amount of time. And I'm going to go right to the point because you know what this man said here less than 72 hours ago, where he has put up his IMF contract on the line for that man who's right across from us, who's the reigning defending PWF champion. It is certainly
Tom,
a
can I cut you off right there? Because I
yeah, go ahead.
really want to ask Steele, are you stupid? What made you put your contract on the line? You haven't beat me once before, and you're not going to beat me Saturday. So, like, what was your thought process behind that one?
Like I said a couple days ago, if I can't beat you, then
You
there's no
can't.
point in
That's
me.
the problem. You can't beat me. The score sheet says, Anthony, that I'm honestly the real deal around here. After Saturday, you're going to have to find another place to wrestle again. Because just like every other company you have wrestled for, you're getting kicked out of here.
If that's what it's going to take to prove a point this Saturday, that's what I got to do, Felix. Is at this point, it's not about your championship. It's about you as an individual, you as a competitor in IMF. You think that you can walk around here doing whatever you want, saying whatever you want at any time, at any given time. But see, last time you pinned me, it was a triple threat. That means there was one other man added on into that match.
But who got pinned?
So now, when it comes down to just me and you, are you going to be the bigger man and not have Omen Black hold your hand and grant you a victory? Is Felix Jones finally going to do?
Do you think I need my uncle Omen Black to beat you? Do you honestly think that? I didn't need him to win this.
Let's. You want to break down
I didn't need
records?
him to beat. I didn't need him when I beat Damian Saint.
You want to break down records? You want to say that you pinned me in that triple threat, right? I got pinned.
I didn't say I pinned you. But, it shows that I pinned you.
But who helped you? Who came in and attacked? Hold on. Who came in and attacked me?
Did you see anything? I didn't see anything.
Obviously, you're blind.
Me and Jordan, Tom, did you see something? Did you see what happened?
Well, Anthony, I want to ask you this question because we know what you said on Monday's show. And I know you've been in a lot of matches in your career. I know you've done a lot. You've been here many, many times over the years and had some big moments. But since you added this stipulation in putting your contract here in the IMF on the line, is this the biggest match of your career?
Yeah. Because for once, Felix, it can't be said enough of how great I think you are. How great I actually do think you are. And the whole thing of me putting my contract on the line and putting my contract on the line is more about how great can Felix Jones be in a one-on-one situation. No distractions, no bodyguards, no help from the house.
The world championship that is around my shoulder says that I'm better than you, says that I am great, and says that I am you. Well, obviously, if I still have it, it says you have not beat me yet.
So you want to talk about winning? Hold on. Let's make it clear. You want to talk about winning the PWF championship?
Something
I know your memory is not that shit. What happened? What happened about 2 minutes before you captured that championship?
You got pinned.
I put a beating down on the chain.
You got pinned in a match for this championship. If you won that belt, Steele, or this belt that I have, because you couldn't get the job done. If you got the job done, I wouldn't have cashed in my shot.
Exactly.
But you couldn't do it. But you couldn't do it. So you know who had to do it? Professional wrestling, Felix Jones had to do it.
You, like you just said, you cash in your shot after I put a beating down on Parsley.
You lost after you lost to Parsley. That's what I said. Not after you put a beating on Parsley. That's
hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think you would have beat Parsley one-on-one, fair and square, without that match?
Guaranteed. I'd wrestle circles around Justin Parsley. But I guess we'll never find out because he tucked his tail under his legs and he took his ball and went the fuck home.
Well, obviously, I'm Felix. I want to go to you because you said something very interesting. And going back to Anthony Steele, now you have said and done a lot of things these last few months. You're the PWF champion. You've done a great job. People talk about you here. People talk about you there. You know, Gabe Sayers. We know what you did to Ace Christian, and you cost him a match months ago. We've seen what you've done to Damian Saint. You've certainly mentioned Anthony. You came this close to beating your uncle Omen Black for that IMF Undisputed Championship. But for you coming up here this Saturday, you've done a lot of great things, but arguably you have the biggest opportunity to get rid of a man that has said essentially you replaced him in the house. Your thoughts?
Tom, you list off, like you said, you listed off a lot of great things that I have done.
You have.
But the greatest thing that I'm going to do for IMF is kick Anthony Steele out. Because after Saturday, I have full control of his contract. I can fire him if I want to. I can keep him around if I wanted to. I can make him sit at home and wait the contract out if I wanted to. I can do whatever I want to Anthony Steele, and he can't stop me.
Well, that's a reason why you need to be certainly following the IMF and buying a ticket to this Saturday's show. It is the biggest show in the company's history as Winter Clash 3. We already donated a ticket after the show on Monday, and we're here with Anthony Steele, the real deal, the reigning defending PWF champion, Felix Jones, and of course, Jordan Netz, who we'll be talking about here in about 5 or 10 minutes. But guys, I want to give you both the opportunity to ask one another a question in the limited time that we have. And I want to go with you, Anthony Steele, first. Was there something you would like to ask your opponent, Felix Jones, before Saturday?
Felix, the biggest question that's been going through my mind that I finally get to ask you face to face is, are you ready to have the same treatment that I got back in July when you lose this Saturday? The same thing that the house did to me. Same thing that the house did to me. You know that's going to happen to you. Because that's what the house
You know
does.
why it's you know why it's not gonna happen to me, Steele? Because I'm better than you. I move better than you. I'm faster than you. I have more stamina than you. See, if it wasn't for Omen Black, you'd still be jobbing out to James Taylor weekly.
We're throwing names of people that certainly I didn't know we were going
Omen
there.
Black, your wrestling career would be somewhere in Tennessee.
Boy, we're really going there tonight on Sportswire. Boy, thank God Raven didn't hear those names.
And because of me, I'm going to send you back. I'm going to be the guy that sends you back to Tennessee. I'm going to be the guy that sends you back to jobbing to James Taylor. But instead, this time, it'll probably be on a trampoline, big dog.
Well, okay, we're going to certainly leave those names out. We love those names. We appreciate them. Maybe not Tennessee so much, but we'll leave Mr. Parsley and Mr. Taylor out for another time. We certainly appreciate them. But go ahead, Anthony.
I'm gonna state this, Felix. I'm not worried about going to no trampoline company. I'm not worried about going face to face with James Taylor. What I'm worried about is IMF. What I'm worried about is this Saturday. I don't care about any other company. I don't care about any other man. All I care about is whooping your ass. See, as we've shown multiple times, you got the speed, bro. You got the speed. You're young. You're agile. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
But what have I shown almost every time that we've stepped in that ring? That your speed means nothing to my strength. I've tossed you around. I've bodied you multiple fucking times. And now that it's one-on-one, mano y mano without your boys. Hold on. Without your boys, it's going to be the same thing. And then, I might pull out some old tricks that I've used back in the day against you just to show you that just because I am 24 years old, I've been doing this for 9 years, doesn't mean that I'm broken enough that I can't still do what I've been doing for the past 9 years. Felix, I can run circles around you just as much as you can run circles around me. And trust me, we're going to be in one giant fucking loop in the middle of that ring.
The title over my shoulder says otherwise.
Well, I'll get to the chat very quickly, and I'll let Felix ask Anthony a question, and we'll certainly move on to Jordan. Obviously, we have the prophet Jordan Crowley is here, and Felix speaks the truth, rejoice. And he also wants to point out to Steele, nah, 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 nah. And in those words, hey, hey, goodbye. So obviously, we know where the prophet Jordan Crowley stands.
Bye-bye, Steele. Bye-bye.
We have to find out. We do have to find out. We don't know what will happen. You have to go and watch the show this Saturday. We'll talk about it, I'm sure, afterwards. Hello to the other half of Mrs. Drago. Thank you for being here. We'll certainly talk about Jordan Nets in a few minutes. Ox McCoy is here. There is someone that has a photo of someone that was brought up, and Mr. Parsley, and obviously Zilla. Thank you, Zilla. Sean Jovi's in the house, and yes, we say hello to Il Drago. We love the Final Chief. And also we have also what nonsense are you spewing? I think he's talking about either Steele or Drago. And comments we can't say. Yes, Felix went there, and hello to James Taylor. He's not here. Anthony Steele is here. Steele can only run 10 feet. Felix, I want to give you the opportunity. Do you want to ask Anthony anything before we move on?
My one question to Anthony Steele is, are you ready to retire the same day as your GOAT, John Cena?
Oh, no! He just went there! Anthony! He just went there!
Are you ready to stop wrestling, Anthony? Are you ready to give this up? Like you said, you're 24. You're not that old. But your career is going to end real early, and that's all because of me. And I'm happy to say that. I'm happy to say that I'm going to be the reason the real deal Anthony Steele is not in professional wrestling anymore.
Whoa! And we know, Anthony, you have talked so much about becoming a very, very successful wrestler professionally. You've been doing that here in the IMF, and now Felix has went there and even brought up John Cena. Man, you've talked about so much over the years here, and you even took the glasses off here, which is a first. You haven't done that in I don't even know when.
Felix, you're right. This Saturday is the same day as the GOAT's last match. The only difference is
My last match isn't Saturday.
it will not. You're not the GOAT. You can call yourself a prince. You can call yourself a prince, but if you're the prince,
well, it's not
then
Jordan's last match Saturday.
if you're the prince of IMF,
oh my goodness,
then trust and believe. I'm about to kill you before you can be king.
Whoa!
Because I'm not retiring. I'm not leaving. I'm going to do the one thing that I've set out to do this entire year. And that is show you ain't real. You ain't a prince.
You're not real, buddy. You're not real. There's not one thing real about you. Not even that fake-ass hair color.
Well,
Look. You can throw the shots. You can throw the jabs. You can talk about my hair. You can talk about my age. You can talk about the injuries I've had. You can talk about my past opponents, which actually, before you come at me, get your facts right. I've beaten James Taylor not once but twice. So therefore, ain't nobody jobbing out to James fucking Taylor. But let me show you this Saturday that you will not be the ruler of any kingdom.
I know I did.
Obviously, we've got people here already giving Felix inside information already.
You will not rule IMF. You not be the king of IMF. What you're going to do is you're going to lay on your back, stare at the lights while I hold up that PWF championship and continue on to beating the dog shit of every House of Wolf member. That goes for you, Jordan. While you're over there laughing your ass off, dog. Let the record be known, Jordan. It's 2-0 against you.
I think I'm worried about him.
Well, Jordan is obviously focused on the IMF United States Championship match, which we're going to talk about shortly.
Something you couldn't keep.
But Anthony, you did make a point that before we let you go, and that you've talked about the house, and you want to systematically destroy the house. You talked about that a few months ago, and this is your opportunity. But we know also, conversely, if you lose to Felix, that you're no longer
gone, buddy.
in the IMF.
You're gone.
That mission just flies.
It's one of those winner go home matchups. It's basically,
and he's going home. I promise you, Tom. He's going the fuck home.
Well, I mean, obviously, we'll certainly have to find out. And Steele, you ain't got nothing on Felix, dog. And obviously, there are Felix fans out there. And Camo Cam is here, certainly getting ready for predictions. But anything else you fellas want to say before we move on and talk with Jordan? I know, Felix, you're going to stay on here and obviously give Felix some pumping up information.
I don't got nothing to say against Steele. I don't got nothing to prove against Steele. I've beat him. I don't even know why I'm here, really, Tom.
Well, you're here, and obviously, Camel
Actually, I
Cram
know
is
why
up
I'm
to
here.
you.
I'm here to end Bitch Boy's career. That's why I'm here.
Well, this might listen. Anthony, I did say conversely, you might be motivated. This might be one of those matchups where you've talked a lot about. Before I let you go, it's been almost half a decade since you've been a world champion, and this is your moment, and it's one-on-one, and I think that you might get that opportunity that you've been waiting for, and here it is. I mean, one-on-one, you haven't got it in a while, and maybe this will give you motivation also with backs against the wall, and I guess we'll have to find out and see what you do, Anthony.
See you Saturday, Felix.
Oh, that's all he has to say. That's all he has to say. Thank you, Anthony. And we'll certainly be talking about this post Saturday. And that is Anthony Steele. And he is taking leave of action from this stream because he knows what's at stake this coming Saturday. Is his career in the IMF is on the line, and he'll be up against Felix Jones. And Jordan, it's good to be with you. It's been a minute. I know you don't have as much to say or need to say as much, but you've got an opportunity to win some singles gold. We know what you've done as being one of the greatest tag team champions in the Midwest Express in the Underground. We know you were a former world champion. Jordan Crowley talked a lot about this match coming up, and talked to me about what we can expect from you this coming Saturday against Il Drago for that United States Championship.
Well, as you can see, for some reason, he didn't feel the need to bless everybody with his presence, but he can say hi to people in the comments. You saw that comment.
Yeah.
Don't know where he's at. He doesn't really have much to say, which is fine. He might be a little scared. I mean, I would be too. But I got a lot to prove to myself, not the rest of the people. Everybody else knows what I'm capable of. They don't respect me, which is fine because you can't ask for respect. You have to make them respect you. And that's exactly what I plan to do on Saturday against Il Drago. What does he go by now?
The
Final chief.
The final chief, the high chief, what chief this time?
I don't know what he is. It's a tribe
final
of
chief.
zero.
You know what? He's had
He's
an
the only one in the
impressive
tribe.
run as
He is the
United
only one in the
States
tribe.
champion. Listen, he's won time after time. He's held the title now for about half the year, and obviously he'll go out there and maybe do his talking in the ring. Maybe that's something that he's going to focus on, and that's where I know for the house you would like to bring this championship back to them.
I would. Every time I've had a chance of the U.S. title, it's escaped me. So I plan to not let that happen this time. But I don't know. Something's off about the guy. Maybe it's the fact that his gimmicks everybody but his own. Who is he?
Finally, that's the Rock. Europe. I mean, wait, Europe.
Jay.
The tribal, the high, the Roman.
Well, I mean,
I really
I
can't figure
think
out which
that
one of them is.
obviously, leave aside what you guys might be talking about, I think clearly the fans seem to be behind him, and that's going to be something that's going to carry him coming up this Saturday. And it's also carried him still to be the United States champion for 6 months. And he did take that championship away from the man that Felix may potentially end a career here in the IMF. And that's Anthony Steele. And he's had his run-ins with Omen Black in the past. And Il Drago's certainly been an impressive superstar in the IMF. And I think that's where it's going to maybe come to a head this Saturday with you and him.
I don't see him winning this Saturday, truthfully.
Okay.
No.
So
I faced a lot of people, and Drago doesn't really hold a candle to any of them.
Well, you have been a world champion. There's no question that you know how to win gold. And your run with Jason Myers, with the Midwest Express, you guys were obviously, and I have said it time and time again, over the past 18 or so months, you guys were one of the most impressive teams we've seen in the Underground, especially with those tag team championships. And I guess then, since you talked about it, Jordan, what would it mean to you then to be the IMF United States champion should you win this coming Saturday?
I mean, it'd mean a lot. Like I said, it's the one thing that's always escaped me my entire time here. And it proved that I'm not just some tag wrestler. Speaking of which, I haven't really seen the other guy.
Jason?
Yeah.
Jason? I haven't heard from Jason in a minute either.
Me neither.
Well, he's going to be in action. We'll certainly, I'm sure, talk about him.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, the next Midwestern champion. I want to throw that out there. Jason might not be able to be here with us tonight, but I promise you this. Saturday, December 13th, Jason Myers will beat JoJo Jackson and become the new Midwestern champion.
Well, you know what? That's an interesting point, Felix. I want to go to because Jordan, you and Jason, you made the point. You guys have been known as tremendous tag team wrestlers, tag team champions. But think about this: we know what Felix has done as the PWF champion. Obviously, Omen is the undisputed champion. The IMF, should he walk out of here and defeat Soldier in an I Quit match, which we'll talk about, I'm sure, in a little while, and then.
Definitely.
And then you've got an opportunity to win the United States Championship. And then we've got Jason Myers to win the Midwestern Championship. So it seems like, it could be the house may be the strongest it's ever been, instead of maybe some people have said the house of cards are going to fall and unravel this coming Saturday. Felix could end the career of Anthony Steele in the IMF. You could win the United States Championship from Il Drago. You've got Omen still as the reigning defending undisputed champion. Jason Myers could walk away with the Midwestern Championship. So you guys could be in the strongest position you've ever been.
Tom, the moral of the story is this Saturday, the house is going to be drenched in gold.
Well, that's the point. I think you guys may be
going to prove that we're not even the most dominant wrestlers in IMF. We're the most dominant wrestlers in professional wrestling, period.
You know what? I think that there is certainly a point for a conversation to be made, because, again, you've got the PWF championship, Omen the undisputed championship he's been holding, and we know what he's done with that. And Jordan, you have an opportunity to win the United States championship, and Jason Myers has got an opportunity to win the Midwestern championship. And obviously the prophet Jordan Crowley has always said the house wins, the house will always win. And Mr. Nets, respect will be shown by all after you bring the U.S. championship back to the house. The house is better than they've ever dropped some dead weight. There's obviously somebody here who's not a fan of some certain members of the house. More truth from the Prince of Professional Wrestling. And Drago is definitely scared. I don't know about that. I think he's obviously focused on this Saturday. Maybe that's the point. Maybe Il Drago just wants to allow you to come on here, and he'll do his talking in the ring, and he's going to be focused, and he would rather just go out there and do what he does best as the United States Championship. Maybe it's a reverse psychology, or you don't think so, Jordan?
There's a reverse psychology here. This guy just knows he's going to shoot his shot. He's going to brick it.
That don't even sound like the right way to represent the United States.
You know what? There's a lot of people that represent a lot of things, and I'll certainly leave that stuff there at that. And if you are here, please hit the sub button for the IMF. They have just hit over 4,000 subscribers. If you want to buy a ticket, there isn't many left, by the way. There isn't many left, and you have that opportunity still by going to the IMF's Facebook page. And I would really hope that you would do that. So I guess then, Jordan, do you have any final words that you'd want to say to Il Drago? Because I know obviously he's going to focus on doing what he does best in the ring on Saturday. And is there anything that you may want to say to him in summing things up before this coming Saturday?
I just want to tell him that I don't appreciate, hiding away the way he is, showing disrespect towards me as if I'm not a worthy opponent. I clearly made my way here by doing what I've been doing.
Obviously.
So I don't see why he felt the need to not show respect and show up, but that's fine because I'm not going to make it easy for him. And this is probably going to be the hardest match he's had. So I want to wish him luck because he's really
I think that's an interesting point that you made. I do agree with you. I think it's going to be a tremendous match. I do agree with you that it's going to be a difficult test. No question that you have shown as a performer. We know what you've done. You were a world champion. It wasn't that long ago. You were a world champion, and we know what you've done with those tag team championships. I've said it again. You were a part of, arguably for our generation here, one of the greatest tag team champions alongside Jason Myers. So there's no question that your resume speaks for itself, and it's not going to be an easy day in the office. I know that Il Drago's wrestled some great opponents, but I think what your resume, it could very well be his toughest test yet. I think that that's a very valid point coming up.
Yeah, I agree there.
It is his toughest task yet, honestly. And as a champion myself, I don't want to take too much of Jordan's shine right now, but as a champion myself, I'm getting secondhand embarrassment from Drago not showing up.
I mean, you're the champion. You couldn't even come on and say hi at least?
Well, I think, listen, like I said, I think obviously some champions decide to do their talking in the ring. I think obviously this could be one of those moments. I think that certainly he's going to use maybe some of the things you say as motivation, possibly.
Well, I hope he does, because he's really going to have to bring all he's got to beat me.
I think that that's a fair point. I think that is a fair point. But maybe also he's counting on the fact that you have done some things, but you made a point earlier that you have not won that United States championship before. That is something that eludes you. And maybe that's where he feels like he can retain his championship and continue to what he would like to do going into 2026.
But that would be where he's wrong, because since it's eluded me for so long, I'm willing to go as far as I need to in order to take that title from him.
That's a very, very fascinating point. That is a very fascinating point. And we'll have to see. And I do want to give a plug, by the way, here when it comes to this show here, which is going to take place this Saturday. And I know so many of us are very excited about it because Backyard Barbecue, this is the best barbecue out there. So you have to make sure that you go out there and support Backyard Barbecue. You have to go out there and make sure you be there at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time is when the doors open. Bell time is at 7 o'clock Standard Time. It's going to take place here in beautiful Cedar Rapids, Iowa. And you got the best damn barbecue in Iowa. And I would agree. I think it's the best damn barbecue altogether because I'm in New York. And
It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
You know what? Listen, I'm in New York. I can't even tell you the last time I had a barbecue. So I have no doubt that the Backyard Barbecue is the best barbecue around. And we're certainly excited about the show you're coming up. And, before we move on, guys, is there anything else that you'd like to say before this Saturday?
Nah, I think I've wasted too much time on driving.
I wouldn't say that. We always love having you here, Jordan. I hope to see you, more often.
Well, I enjoy being here. Just don't enjoy the topic.
I understand. Well, I understand. Obviously, look, it's certainly a contentious one, and obviously you want to bring home that United States championship. But I know now we're less than 48 hours away, and I'm going to agree with Ox McCoy. If I had that barbecue, I wouldn't need to have pizza. Yeah, I agree with you on that. And be there and be square. Somebody does like my promos. I appreciate that very much. Yes, that has always been my phrase, and thank you for that. And also. Okay. And all right. So, by the way, somebody else that I think is on their way here shortly, that is a guy named Tone DeBoss, and he is looking to take tag team championships that you once held there, Mr. Nets, and I'll be really curious to see what he has to say shortly.
My input on that match is I got the
I
rock
want to hear
stars. I got the rock stars.
Sean Joe, I always got to say, I have a lot of respect for Tone DeBoss, but Sean Jovi, he was the
Tone's
first.
not even a real wrestler.
Tone's
not even a wrestler.
I'm gonna leave those things there. I'm gonna leave that at
the former world champion, Jovi.
That's a good point. Now that is a very good point.
It is ridiculous.
No, that is a good point. That Mephisto was the world champion, and we know what happened there in the foundation. But listen, Tone DeBoss is I'm sure, going to be a very worthy opponent. But Sean Jovi's did a great job.
The audacity Dirty has to make the tag team champions get in there with a rapper, and that's unprofessional, unsafe. That's wrong on so many different levels. I can't.
No, I gotta ask you before I let you guys go. I know you guys are gonna go here in a minute or so, but you being the Prince of Professional Wrestling, you obviously being a rising star, and that must, I guess, upset you that someone like Tone DeBoss is stepping into your world. And now wants
his
to call
first match in the company is a title match. That's disrespectful to everybody in the back.
Well,
he hasn't done nothing to prove his stripes. Nothing.
Well, I guess you could make the point that in the entertainment world, he's been extremely successful with Showtime, and he's got friends like Anthony Luke. I guess. I mean, listen, I don't know. I mean, I'm just trying to throw it out there. Conversely, maybe his star power is giving him this opportunity, and that's what's gonna be a reason why he may have a chance.
Still disrespectful. That's even more disrespectful. Using your name and your fame to get ahead of the game. No one,
especially at titles that I worked
so we've seen this.
My two best friends worked their asses off to make those titles mean something, and Dirty just puts a rap.
Now I do agree with you. Listen, I agree with you. I have an affinity for Jovi, but I suppose that in the defense of Mr. DeBoss, we've seen this before with the likes of Jelly Roll, Logan Paul. I mean, Bam Bam Bigelow and Lawrence Taylor all those years ago. Steve Michael.
The difference is that Tone's not them. Tone DeBoss is not Jelly Roll.
Give you that.
Tone DeBoss is not Logan Paul.
And was Jelly Roll's first match a title shot?
Yeah, I don't think.
But they were in the ring. I think
Jelly Roll did it the right way. Jelly Roll and
I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing, though. You're saying Jelly Roll did it the right way, but he took an L, and whereas you're saying Mr. DeBoss may want to follow suit. I see that. Very clever.
He might want to rethink his decisions because he only has a couple more days before he gets in there with two of the biggest guys on the IMF roster. And I promise you,
Well,
Tone,
Sean
it
Jovi
is
is very
not going
motivated
to be
about
a
that.
good night for you.
You know what? And that is a fair point. Sean Jovi's definitely motivated, and Sean Jovi is the rock star of not just the underground, but all of wrestling. And he's the reason for a lot of what we see today. And I think that that's going to be a reason that could carry him and continue his run alongside Mephisto, which you make a good point, was the world champion at this time last year. Mephisto was the
He
world
was.
champion, and he was very, very successful as the world champion. Final words here, Jelly Roll lost. Yes, he did. He did lose. But
Which
that's
I will
yeah.
like to say I played a big part in him winning that world title. Love you,
You-
Mephisto. But
Yes, and he'll have to prove himself. He certainly will.
yeah.
And I'm not an official member of the House, but my word is spoken. All right, great stuff, fellas. I know you guys want to run. We appreciate your time. I have somebody here that wants to talk about that tag team championship match for good reasons. And fellas, good luck out there. Thank you for all you do for our sport. And we really look forward to seeing what you guys do. And hopefully you'll come back after the 20th, and we'll talk more about it.
Oh, when we come back, we're gonna be
yeah, when we
drenched in
come
gold.
back, we'll be drenched in gold, and Anthony Steele will no longer be with the IMF.
Well, we'll have to see. Listen, it could be, before I let you go, could be a dramatic landscape here that drastically changes in the IMF after Saturday. Could El Drago no longer be the United States champion? Could Anthony Steele once again be out of the IMF? Those are questions we'll certainly have to see if they get answered or what. And fellas, we'll certainly see you coming up after this Saturday. And happy holidays if we don't see you, and best of luck out there. All
Thank you,
right.
Tom.
Well, that was Felix Jones, the PWF champion, and Jordan Nets. And I'm going to bring on somebody here that wants to talk about that tag team championship match. It's Mr. 100 himself, Dirty. How you been, Dirty? Hey,
Tom, you know how it is. Let me just first go into the saying, address
there he is. Whoa! I didn't see that one coming. He's here. Turn the boss.
That's what I'm talking about. Now, Felix was just on here running his mouth, talking about what's going to happen in this tag team match. Well, let me tell you how motivated Jovi is. Jovi's so motivated, he'd rather to play a Magic the Gathering game while fucking eating a buffet. Meanwhile, Mephisto, his partner, is searching the galaxy for his fucking hairline. Let me tell you about it, Tom. Now, they want to talk about what's going to happen, but just get a look at this, Tom. You see what's going on here? Ace Diamond better be ready to be handcuffed to Dirty this Saturday. And I tell you what, Tone has been doing major things with that Intergalactic Championship. You see him taking it, having fucking concerts, making a spectacular show out of that goddamn Intergalactic title, and that's just silver. Wait till my man has gold, Tone. I'm going to let you fucking have the floor, bud.
Well, it's been a minute since you've been here, Tone DeBoss, and Mr. Jovi said plenty to say about you over these past several weeks, and I'm just going to let you have the floor.
Yeah, what's up, guys? Good to see you. Good to see you. You can hear me all right?
You sound great. You sound great,
All
my friend.
right. Glad everybody will be able to see me this Saturday. Winter Clash, iconic, Cedar Rapids, my hometown. And it's going to be not only my first match, but I'm also going to be walking away probably 10 pounds heavier.
Oh,
Little
most
piece of
definitely.
gold on my shoulder, Shout out my tag partner, Prince Achia. And I'm excited to show you guys what a real champion looks like. Rock stars, what a real rock star is going to look like out there with the belt that I'm going to earn. There will be no funny business. I don't need anything else going on outside. Shout out to Dirty taking care of, Ace, who's been in my face multiple times. He got thrown into a pole. Dirty deeds. It was pretty epic. I don't know if you guys seen that.
Well, I did see that. That's the stipulation that we're going to see coming up this Saturday. You and Mr. Diamond are going to be handcuffed, and that could certainly be a big deal.
So you can say I have the outside buddy on lock.
Yeah. I mean, and that's gonna be great because the last few months that I've been hanging around the IMF, I've just seen Ace interfere, play dirty.
That's what he does.
And that's how they end up stealing the tag titles. And I wasn't even a thought in contending for those, but when I saw the way they won them, I knew how these guys got down already. They jumped me that night. I never really got my lick back, and what better way than to get it in the ring? Get it the right way. 2-on-2 tag style, face to face, rock stars, the boss, the prince, We got some new music. I'm excited. We're gonna walk out to, you're gonna see unity. You're gonna see good unison between me and Prince. We're gonna have a nice little bout, and I think I don't think I know those tag titles are gonna go to some guys that deserve them. It may be my first official match, but I'm definitely one of the few guys that's actually stepped in a WWE ring and
I brought
ran
that
the
up on
ropes quite
Monday's
a few
show that you
times.
have been in the performance center. You are
Yeah,
friends with somebody in Anthony Luke. I know you must be talking about this with him, and he's giving you, I'm sure, that incentive, and he's pumping you up to walk away with those tag team championships. I'm sure you have a powerful friend that can give you that advice to maybe compensate for that experience you don't have compared to the incumbents.
absolutely. I'm able to talk to my guys down in Orlando. When I was at the Performance Center, Jacob Fatu introduced himself to me, and that's one of my favorite guys, one of the hardest working guys out there. He reminded
Absolutely.
me, he's trying to get back in the ring as soon as possible. He's got 7 kids to take care of, so
I
he's like, I
heard
gotta
that. Yeah,
stay working,
I
man. I
had
can't.
Raven on, and he's in the documentary with Raven. Yes, I
Yeah,
know him
can't
well.
take any time off. So Joe Hendry, he said my name and I appeared. That's what I do. So this
Mhm.
isn't new to me. This is something, even me and Soldier GP, we go back so far. Like, we right here in Cedar Rapids,
Yeah, we
Iowa.
talked
We
about
went
that when
to
you were here the first time. Absolutely.
yeah, we went to McKinley Middle School and we both were fans of
Oh.
wrestling then. Following it, he chose to be a wrestler. I chose to be a rapper, but my love never faded away. I just found a way to mix my two worlds. But trust me, this isn't some guy that's green that's getting in the ring. This isn't some noob. This isn't some celebrity guest. Like, and if you're gonna think celebrity guest, think Logan Paul more than Jelly Roll.
Oh well,
I'll be
that was we were talking. We were throwing different names out there. Certainly Lawrence Taylor, Steve Mongo McMichael, who made the transition. Logan Paul. Those are good points. And
I'd
what do
like
you?
to say maybe our truth. Okay, quick.
That's a good point. No, very good point. He
Bad
actually has
Bunny.
MC Hammer. Yep, it's a good point. I got to ask you then, Mr. DeBoss. I know you guys are only here for a few minutes, but what have you thought about what Mr. Jovi and Mephisto have said, that basically they're the only rock stars here of wrestling? What does that mean when you hear that?
I'm gonna show them what a rock star is, and it's beyond the music. The rock star title that goes beyond just an artist. That goes beyond just an entertainer. Like, you're gonna see some rock star professional wrestling, and I'm excited to surprise or just to shush the doubters and the naysayers. Like, this is what I was born to do. Rap worked out for me. However, wrestling has always been the goal since day one. This was my dream before I knew how to dream. I didn't have to go to sleep. I'd stay up. I live this. This
Yeah, I
is
mean,
the
I see
moment.
you never sleep. Every day I see, like, every other minute, a Facebook post about you're somewhere. I'll give you
Absolutely.
that much.
Tommy,
You.
Absolutely.
Yes,
just a
sir.
question here, just elaborating on that, just real quick. They're
Sure.
such rock stars. Tom, please name me one of their songs.
I know
Oh,
Mr. DeBoss
oh,
has
you
a
can't
couple
because
that
they
have
don't
been out
fucking
there
make me
and had
great.
millions upon millions of streams, but
My
that's
man
what
down
they
here
feel.
got hit.
That's what they feel. They've been very vocal about that, and they want to prove that point this Saturday. And I guess that they want to prove it, obviously, at your expense and Prince's expense.
That's hilarious, and it's gonna cost them. It's gonna cost them a piece of meat, piece of heart, and a piece of gold. I'm coming for everything.
Ooh,
I'm
I tell you what,
excited.
you may be coming for it. I'm gonna get to some comments. Hello to my friend Anastasia Rizzi, who really meant to say Tone de Boss. Hi, sexy Tone de Boss and dirty. That's
That
what she
works
meant to
too.
say. By the way, yeah. And be careful having a dream. We know what happened last time. That's from Jordan Nets, who is here. We obviously have somebody here that is saying you guys are fake, but we're gonna throw them off the stream because we don't want to,
Yeah, they can
deal.
fuck off.
Yeah, they can go. They're going to be put in the timeout, so they can go. And thank you very much. Have a nice day, because they weren't too friendly with the UK guys in CCW. But my ears are bleeding. That's what Mr. Jovi would like to say. My ears are bleeding, and you sound terrible. He did say that you're going to be out of tune when he's done with you on Monday. He did say that. And and Jordan Crowley says Tone is going to learn a lesson. It takes more than a few hours to learn the craft and truly earn championship gold. And and that's a point that Felix was making and complaining about the fact you are getting this title shot. But, I had made the point, maybe it's also because of the fame that you bring, the success that you've had outside, and the love of professional wrestling. You have talked about your whole life how you've loved this sport. You have loved this sport, and you want to be a part of this sport. And maybe that is something that you can't compensate. You can't fake. That's real. Your love of wrestling is real.
Very legit. And I mean, it's not going to be my first time winning a title. As ex-ace about the last
You're the
time we had
intergalactic
an
champion.
encounter.
Yes, I had made that point up. You could be a double champion here.
Yeah, Tony Two Belts. I think that's what they're going to call me. I'd put it on camera right now, but one of my cheerleaders is wearing it, and if I hold the belt up, she wouldn't
obviously,
have
we don't want to
anything
get the cheerleaders.
You get the merch ready, damn it.
Yeah. And hello to our friend Michael. Yes, it's there you go.
And that's just, Tom, just to let you know, not even just about this tag team match. I mean, that's why we're here. But 3 years of doing live shows here. This is Winter Class 3. I mean, this whole night is going to be a night for the ages. And I want you to pay very close attention to what happens on Saturday night.
Oh, no question about it. And I want to put the poster up here before we go and speak with what everyone's been waiting for. That is Omen Black and Soldier GP. And it's another reason why you need to be there coming up here this Saturday, less than 48 hours from now. And it's going to take place, the Rock Stars of the Galaxy against Prince Chia and Tone DeBoss. And we know that Ace Diamond and Dirty are going to be tied, handcuffed at ringside. And we'll have to see here, will we have new tag team champions and still tag team champions, the Rock Stars of the Galaxy? This is a reason why you want to follow the IMF and support them. And also, as much as I love the new look and that magnificent mustache, you're being a real fill in the blanks Mephisto. And also, this sport doesn't need Tone DeBoss, and he's still gloating about beating Ace Diamond. And this guy has no shame. And hey, Tone, I'll make you a bet. I'll make you a bet. What does he mean by that?
I'll take whatever bet he's putting out there.
Well, here it is. Before we let you go, if we win, we get the title back. If we lose, you can control the vlog for 1 week. And we know Jovi's vlog has got it going on. I mean, what a wager there.
What kind of bet is that? He just fucking controlled last week's vlog as the champion. Come on.
Well, this could really be where Jovi, maybe he feels that confident that he's going to be and still one half of the tag team champions here.
I think he needs to eat a Snickers because he's not the same when he's hungry.
You know what? To me, it feels like title versus title. And the thing is, like, I defend mine 24/7, anytime, any place, anywhere. But to even double up on this bet, I trust my tag partner. Even if I don't get pinned and he gets pinned, I'll give the title back. But when I win the tag team titles and keep my intergalactic title, I'll be taking over that vlog for 1 week. Ooh. It'll have a new intro song. We'll talk about my journey winning and being Tony Two Belts.
Well, before I let you guys go, because I know we got to get to the main event. Jordan Crowley wants to say, Donnie, respectfully, the Snickers comment should be directed at Steel, not Jovi.
I have full confidence in Steel. I'm not even going to hit with that. Jordan Crowley, you better watch your shit because half of the night you'll be sitting next to me, pal. So that's all I got to say, really. I mean, we should have cut that guy a long ass time ago. I don't know how he's even still here, to be honest.
I'm going to leave those things at that. Obviously, I can bet you, Tone, that I'll be throwing you around, brother, and slamming you into that ring mat. Ooh, the bets. Boy, I mean, certainly the fourth meal, Anthony Steele. Obviously, Sean Jovi started with the real meal. But, I know we're not going to have an opportunity to do this, but I want to do it because the IMF recently reached 4,000 subscribers, and I like to share because Dirty is in management. We're putting the IMF back in the Sportzwire Radio Hall of Fame once again, this time for 4,000 subscribers. So it's another time in the Hall of Fame, and we wanted to make
appreciate that. Tell him we're going to have to get you a copy of that.
That'll be great.
We'll give you the copy. We're off the air. I have the IMF email. We'll send it there, and I'm sure we can give it to everybody. And also, that's a lot of Taco Bell for the meal deals. All right, before I let you guys go, is there anything else you want to say before this Saturday? Touch anything else you guys want to say?
It's showtime. Let's
It's
go.
showtime.
Dun, dun, dun. It does. I tell you, what, it does ring. It does ring, and I'm gonna ring, 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 and
Yeah.
there you go. See, I remember this stuff. I listen
Oh
to
yeah.
everything, and
That's all they need to know.
it is, and obviously, also Sean Jovi, give him a sub on YouTube because it might be Tone DeBoss's channel, but Sean Jovi's very confident he could regain back another championship. So, fellas, I'm gonna obviously let you guys run because I got to get to the main event, and we're here with it. And fellas, thank you, and best of luck, Mr.
Thank you,
DeBoss.
Tom.
And Bernie, always good to see you. You always keep it 100. We missed you on Monday because Jordan, was
I
saying
know.
50. By the way,
Hey,
happy birthday!
birthday
to you.
celebration. Yeah, birthday
You
celebration.
deserve it.
You
You
know.
deserve it. You deserve it. And I hope you kept 200 rather than 100 on your birthday.
Oh, most definitely.
Thank you. That
fellas.
is Dirty
See you
Donnie and
Saturday.
Tone DeBoss, and we'll see these guys because right now we have to go to it. And wait a minute. Wait, whoa. That's face to face. That's Owen Black and Soldier GP and fellas. I'm gonna go right to it, and obviously there you are, and I just take it away.
11 months. 11 months it took for her to call me, Mom to call me. 11 months! It took heinous shit for her to call me. For me to come here, have a talk with you, and see what my actions made her baby boy feel. So go ahead. This is the last chance we have to talk.
If you put up with good shit, like you said, for 11 months, I tried to bring you home. You're my brother. I love you, brother. You're my flesh and blood. We were on the road together. We were like this. Omen, soldier, and Omen, the foundation. We traveled everywhere. I didn't travel with Jordan Nets. I didn't travel with Anthony Steele. I didn't travel with Justin Parsley. I traveled with Omen Black. We made a name for ourselves here. And you threw it all away.
Did I?
Did you?
Refresh my memory. The last few times we traveled together, who got all the credit? Who had more shit to do? Who was put on the sideline? When you're beefing with Jack Delta, Jason Storm, hell, when you're beefing with Justin Parsley, your friend, Steele's boy. Who was put on the sideline? Who was put on the sideline when you brought Jovi in? Mephisto, Drago, Dirty Donnie, and Levi. I was left to the dust. You didn't notice me. They didn't notice me. Every time someone brought the foundation, they brought up Soldier, Jovi, Soldier, Mephisto. Well, now, do you notice me? Do you see me now?
What I see. I'm my brother. You stopped being my brother the moment you put hands on Dominic.
Oh, he's not the brightest kid you have. He'll forget about it. Fuck, he probably forgot about it a week later.
That's your nephew. And the way you talk. This weekend, all talking's done. You wanted me. Now you have me. You wanted my attention. Now you have my attention. And you're going to have to kill me if you think you're going to take that belt and leave this company with that belt.
You want to talk about we share blood? Be prepared to shed that this Saturday.
Omen, you talked about that you're going to leave the IMF and walk away. on December 31st as the IMF undisputed champion. The only thing standing in your way is the man sitting right across from you in Soldier GP.
Not a man, Tom. This is Soldier GP. This is Hulk Hogan, as James Harry would say. This is, but in your words, my flesh and blood. Mine.
Like I said, Holman, you're gonna have to kill me if you think you're gonna walk away with that belt.
Be prepared to do that.
Whoa, ladies and gentlemen, we're off the air. That's it. That's it. That's it. Ladies and gentlemen, we've never seen something like that before. You just saw what Omen Black just did. Omen Black that's it. The camera went off. Who knows what happened between those two? And just that's a reason why you've got to go out there and buy a ticket to this Saturday, because the only way Omen Black and Soldier GP is going to conclude by someone saying, I quit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to this Winter Clash pre-show. And I hope you follow the IMF, subscribe to their YouTube channel, and be there if you have a chance. This coming Saturday, the door is open, 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. The bell will ring, and that's where you're going to see a slew of great matches that we spoke about here tonight. You heard from the likes of Tone DeBoss, Mr. Dirty Donnie, Mr. 100, Anthony Steele, who was in rare form, and Felix Jones and Jordan Nets. And boy, you just saw, what did we just see? Yeah, I have no idea. And that was Justin Parsley. Yeah, I have no idea what we just saw there. But I just know one thing, tread very lightly. And I just seen what maybe everybody out there in Cedar Rapids is going to find out in less than 48 hours from now, that Omen Black and Soldier GP, it's going to be the score to settle what has been 3 years in the making. Where did they go? I have no idea. If I knew, we would see them, but they've left, and we want to thank the IMF for their support. And I'll see you there again. Who knows what could have happened to Soldier GP? Who knows? Could have been what happened between Arn Anderson and Sid Justice years ago in England over in WCW in 1993. I don't know, but I'm going to say one thing, ladies and gentlemen. We want to congratulate, regardless of what you just saw, the IMF. We put them in the Sportzwire Radio Hall of Fame for a second time as a company. We hope that they'll accept it, and I hope to talk about what's going to happen here after Winter Clash 3. Hit the sub button for them. And also, if you are here on Sportswire Radio, please tune into our interview tomorrow evening with the legendary Sick Boy. And for that person who put comments saying fake wrestlers were on here, make sure you tell that to Raven. Make sure you tell that to Jumpin' Jim Brunzell and David Ellefson of this band Megadeth. But enough about that. I don't know what he did. I don't know those questions. You guys might have to find that out for us and maybe report back after Winter Clash 3. So obviously we'll find out. But hit the sub button for us. Hit the sub button for the IMF. And until then, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. On the number one, Global Radio 2, that is Sportswire Radio with all music and wrestling matters. Thank you so much, everybody. My name is the Reverend Tom Bryce. Hope you have a great night, and we'll see you tomorrow night here with the legendary Sick Boy and then the draw from the WVWF.